name is Robin Shrode, and I'm the executive director of the John and Deborah Gillis Foundation. I'm a Hopkins County native and a graduate, high school graduate, and I love this job more than any job I've ever had. And thanks to this lady right here, Debbie Gillis, the founder. Her and John are the founders of the foundation, and we are delighted to celebrate these kids this year. So.
Yes, every year. It's been a blessing. And I give it to God because when Robin and I talked 5 years ago, or almost 6 years ago, I guess, and Johnny and I were talking about what to do as far as starting a foundation of some sort. We knew we wanted it to be education, but Robin and Johnny went to school together from the first grade, so all the way through college. So we've known her forever and ever, and she's an incredible resume in education, and so we got to talking at a golf tournament, and she was more than interested in the whole foundation process, and I just felt like it was a hand in glove, you know, that God put her in the right place at the right time. Yeah, it was always going to be Hopkins County. We lived a long time in San Antonio, but we knew we'd always come back here. So
every year it gets harder to choose, but they do always get it right because for some reason those kids are brought to us. And we may never know why, but as Debbie said, this is a God thing, and I can tell you, I pray over every application that comes in. I pray over every interview that I schedule and just ask God, just no matter what, bring us the right ones that will go out and use this to make the world better.
Cute kid, so sweet, and yeah, what a heart!
Amazing.
Yeah,
I think Court is one of those kids that he's an old soul. He cares deeply and acts on that, and just what he accomplished in high school alone and what he did for his family, I knew instantly this is a young man that is truly going to change the people in his world.
It got to a point to where I didn't necessarily just want it to be for the money. I was like, but these people are good names, they're good students, they're good kids, they're representing this foundation. Like, I would really like to represent this foundation.
You can just tell that he's very conscientious of, you know, his progress, I guess, and you know, he's goal oriented, it seems, and he knows what he wants.
It's like a legacy. You're part of something now, and to me, that's the biggest thing, is that I'm gonna have my name there in that foundation. It really is meaningful. It really is.
He is such a good young man. I got to walk around campus with him one day. I went and took him to lunch and just checked on him. You know, I asked him, so what, I know this is the stock market, what does it mean? Well, I haven't learned that yet, but I'm going to. But he was so serious about learning.
The scholarship's been huge for me. I got this scholarship, and if I didn't have it, I mean, I might have debt. I would definitely have to work a lot harder to be in school. Just thank you. Just thank you so much for the scholarship that you've given me, because it's really helped me so far, and I know it's going to continue to help me for the next 3 years or so.
He is a fine young man, and he's going to make a great employee and a great husband and anything else that's important in life. Paige has a sweet spirit, and Paige is extremely, she demonstrates her gratitude so heartfelt, and as did her parents, as do her parents. But you know, I think Paige it's going to be interesting to watch Paige, because I think she went to A&M with one thing in mind, of where she's going in life. I think, you know, this is a wonderful place to grow up, but then you get exposed to another place that's wonderful, and you start to figure out, oh, I might want to do this or this or this.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if that's what's happening with Paige, because she is blossoming. I mean, blossoming.
It was always the plan that I was going to go to college. Where was another story. I spent the entirety of my senior year stressed about where I was going to go, but, and in all honesty, like, not even just to say it because, like, this is a Bright Star interview, but, like, this scholarship was why I'm at A&M, because it was, like, in my mind, like, Caroline suggested to me that I should come here with her, and then the more, like, information I learned and, like, more I learned about the traditions and stuff, I just fell in love with it, and I was like, this is where I want to be, but it was a lot more money than, like, other places that I could go. And then the Bright Star Scholarship really helped, and that's why I'm here.
Jolie went out to Tech and loves it. I read a post on Facebook that she posted, you know, this is the end of my year, and some fun, cute pictures of her freshman year. But the message that she wrote to her mother was, I was like, again, here's a kid that's tiny with a huge heart for gratitude, and she's always in her messages is showing gratitude for the foundation.
I want to go on to grad school afterwards, which, since I'm like farther into my like education journey because of my dual credit, like Bright Stars will help pay for some of my grad school. Like, I really just like could never like repay you for like the gifts that you've given me and like for taking a chance on me and believing in me. But like from like the bottom of like me and my family's heart, like, thank you so much.
I don't think she is aware yet of the incredibleness inside her.
Oh.
And I think through her involved in the different organizations out there, that's going to bring her out, and her leadership's going to come out. And she doesn't even know her potential yet, but she'll find it. She'll find it.
Miriam, yeah, she is a good kid, and another one that's very goal oriented. She knows what she wants. I think that's amazing that these kids already know what they want, and they are, you know, moving to achieve it.
Yeah.
Oh, Miss Robin, she's so sweet. She always checks in on me. I'm like, I'm good, Miss Robin. How are you doing? Somehow, I feel like she always emails me when like I need someone to email me. Like, I'll be going through it, like really bad. Like, with just sometimes school's overwhelming, right? And then like I'll just see like an email from like Robin Shrode, and it's like, oh, she's like, how are you doing? I hope everything's going well. And I'm like, oh, someone's like thinking of me and making sure I'm okay. Then it makes everything seem okay.
I got communication from her within the last couple of weeks, and she said this year's been amazing, and I think she was very nervous about getting out on her own and going, even though she was still within an hour and 15 minutes of family. She's become involved in a couple of different organizations she's very excited about, and meeting people. And as a matter of fact, she sent me a screenshot of her sitting at a table with some other students that's on the university website.
Oh, okay.
And so that thrilled me, that she wanted us to know I'm involved. You know, I'm doing things to get involved here, and I love it. And this is my place and my people now. So I love that.
That's
I
exciting.
love when they send me stuff,
Yeah.
and I'm like, they're okay. These kids are okay. So
I think SMU is so big on impacting like the Dallas area and beyond, I really find myself just feeling like this school is for me.
It was almost as if he'd won, the jackpot, the lottery.
It's $1 million. Yeah.
The mega ball or whatever, I mean, he was just, and he turned red in the face. It was just adorable.
It was.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm Debbie Gillis. Good to meet you too.
Oh, nice job.
You've been selected as one of the 2021 Bright Star Scholars.
Yes, thank you so much. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I don't even know what to say right now.
He's just a kid you instantly love. You instantly feel loved by him. And Landry is going to give 110% to everything that he commits to.
Yeah, the second I heard about the Bright Star Scholarship, I was like, gotta get on that. That sounds great. I want to be a part of that. Not just because of the scholarship, but because of why they're doing it and the reason behind it like that. They're giving everybody a chance. They've given me such a great gift, and others, just the ability to go pursue what they want to do, just out of the kindness of their heart, right? Just like I said, the reason behind it, not the money, but just the kindness of it.
Do you remember when we went to Sulphur Bluff and Marshall Moore, the principal, pulled her in the room and
She was shaking.
Physically shaking, and she cried probably as hard as any we've ever had.
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell it was a life-changing moment for her. So Jada she is on her path to being a nurse, and with her heart and her love of people, she will make the absolute best nurse that's the nurse. And I say this with all these kids. I want her to be my nurse. Yes. Yeah. I love her deeply, like I do all of them, but she is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soul. And just, I can't wait again. What if she hadn't gotten this scholarship? What would she be doing, and what the world would be missing? And that's why I say this committee gets it right every single time.
This is hard to talk about. I'm a first generation college student, so no one in my family's ever been to college. So it was kind of difficult. No one's ever applied for scholarships or anything, so I didn't really know what I was doing. No, I wouldn't have the financial means to be here if it wasn't for the scholarship. The scholarship actually pays for my whole college here, and that's so crazy. It's such a blessing just to get accepted here. It's really hard to get accepted here, and then just to have a scholarship on top of that. It's the biggest blessing I could have ever asked for.
Do you remember when he came in and he just had this look on his face who are these people? And then he saw his committee members, and you could just see this little bit of dawn of, I don't want to hope, but
I know it. He was in shock.
Yeah.
But so overjoyed. I mean, you couldn't wipe that smile off of his face. No. He was just, this is really happening. That's so cute.
I don't know what I want to for say a job or where to live, but I do know that I want to do something that is good. I want to do one good thing before I go. And I don't want to waste, what I've been given and, waste. I mean, Mr. and Mrs. Gillis have given me a lot, and I don't want to come back with, in 30 years when I'm older. I don't want to come back, and have nothing to show. I mean, I want to have something, for all this support I've had from my family and my friends and Mr. and Mrs. Gillis and Robin and all my teachers and stuff like that. I want to make them proud, mostly?
His constant gratitude. I mean, just thank you for texting me. I'm having a great day. I think I'm ready for my final. I mean, whatever I text is, yeah, I'm good. I'm doing good. But thank you so much. Just, I mean, every time it's, but thank you so much for everything y'all do for me.
Oh.
Every single time. He's just so grateful.
By his inquisitiveness, I guess is the word,
Yeah.
he will achieve success.
Yeah. Quietly.
You know, quietly, but legitimately,
Like,
you know. And
like you all did. Quietly,
humbly,
and then
honestly.
honestly, yes, with integrity.
Integrity, exactly.
Jackie is very determined to be successful. She at first wanted to go to University of North Texas and into physical therapy, but then changed her mind and decided to go to A&M Commerce and drive back and forth because financially that's what she needed to do. But Jackie has found her place and is doing really well. Wants to do well, is trying to do well.
Hey, we got the scholarship. And I was like, no, we did not. What do you mean? What are you talking about? And then he was like, yeah, we did. And the first thing I did was like, I started crying. I started crying in front of everyone.
And I was so glad to capture that moment when she hugged her school counselor who pushed her to apply for the scholarship.
For me to have a better opportunity, to have a career, to just advance in life, not just the normal, but exceed my expectations, my parents' expectations for me. Just, it's a great opportunity.
Her dream school.
Yes, I remember that.
Her dream school. Rusty told me, thank you so much. He and Sasha, her parents, she got to go to her dream school. And how happy that made her parents.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't be here without the Bright Star Scholarship. I remember talking to my dad and he said, you have to get this. And it was right before my interview. And I think I'm a person that does well under pressure, so I'm glad that he told me that because I feel like maybe I wouldn't have done as good. But he definitely kind of pushed me over the hump and was like, you have to get this. And then when I got it, he was like, you know, you did it. Like, that was it. So without the Bright Star Scholarship, I wouldn't be here. And sometimes I look around and I'm like, wow, I can't believe I'm here because I'd watch games at the Farrell Center on TV, but now I'm here, so wouldn't have done it without the Gillis Foundation and Miss Robin.
She is living life. She is working hard. She is going into a career field of sports management for women that is open wide. The doors are kicked down and wide open. And she loves Baylor. She bleeds that gold and green, and so she's a sweetheart. It's just fun. I get to get up and go to work at this job every single day. It's one of the biggest blessings in my life. So thank you, Debbie.
Well, we appreciate that because you do it. You do a magnificent job.
Well, there's some screw ups. I just don't tell anybody. I just fix it. They're fixable, you know. So with this new group, it'll be the same with the old, but I'm excited because there's some newness, some new things that we've never had before where the kids are going.